Catholic Charities of Santa Clara County presents Change Lives for Good with your host, Greg Kepferle.
Imagine coming to America with nothing but a small bag and a big dream. And then years later, you've created a business worth over $1 million, or you've changed the lives of over 12,000 people. This is the American dream. And this is what Catholic Charities does through our asset development. Hello, and welcome to Change Lives for Good. I'm your host, Greg Kepferle, CEO of Catholic Charities of Santa Clara County. And with me are two amazing individuals who have changed their own lives and are changing other people's lives for good. With me first is Asmir Pinchik, who is the Asset Development Program Supervisor at Catholic Charities. Welcome, Asmir.
Thank you, Greg. My pleasure to be here.
And Mansoor Safi, who is the President and co-founder of iFlex Electronics and another entrepreneurial business, which is iFixers. And so this entrepreneur and this amazing program supervisor both are were refugees coming to Catholic Charities at different times. And you both came to America with that small bag and that big dream. And now you're changing lives for good. So I want to hear first from you, Asmir. What is Catholic Charities Asset Development Program? How does it work? Who do you help? What's included in all of that?
So our Asset Development Program consists of 3 programs. Its first program is individual development accounts. The second program is free tax preparation services and no-cost free financial education workshops.
Okay, so the individual development accounts, what is that? How does that work?
It's a program that presents anti-poverty strategy. It encourages economic independence through asset accumulation for low-income refugees and asylees. The program has many objectives. The main objective of the program is to encourage regular saving habits for refugees and asylees, promote their involvement with financial institutions in this country, promote asset building and building resources, and also increasing their financial knowledge through workshops that help them make better decisions by creating a household budget and maintaining a budget for a certain number of months.
Okay, so they get assets. So this is a savings account, a match savings account, so they have to raise enough capital themselves and then that gets matched somehow?
So, after the clients go through the application process, they do choose a savings goal. They can choose to save for post-secondary education. They can choose to start or expand a small business. They can choose to buy a vehicle or to buy a house, which is really difficult in this area.
Okay, so now you came through the program yourself before running it, and
yes,
and so you used that match savings account, and what did you do with that money?
As you mentioned before, I'm a former refugee myself, and when I started going to San Jose State University, I had a tough time coming up with money to pay for tuition, and I heard about the program. My family's been connected with Catholic Charities for a while. My mom actually worked there for 10 years, and I found out about the program through my mom, and she helped me get connected with it. I started saving money. I saved $2,000. I got $4,000 in matching that I used to pay off my tuition at San Jose State. So I graduated with no loans.
Very good.
Which is, it's hard these days because, we know tuition costs are high these days. So.
Right. So that then allowed you to get your degree and got you on track. Now, besides the match savings account, you mentioned the financial literacy, financial education piece, and then the free or no cost tax services. How do those programs work?
Well, before a client opens up an individual development account, they have to go through financial education workshops, which I think is key for the program, because I think that's the first step to building assets and becoming, financially self-sufficient. And we offer 2 to 6 hours of financial education workshops for each client before they open the account.
Okay, and then the tax program?
We offer no cost tax preparation services, It's a VITA program, volunteer income tax assistance. So it's driven by volunteers in the community.
Yeah.
We have 3 staff and over 50 volunteers during the tax season that run the program. So the program would not be able to function if we didn't have volunteers.
So with that free tax program, who's eligible and how much money do they save on average, and what sort of refund might they get?
Individuals and families that earn less than $53,000 a year are eligible to get our services at no cost. And on average, when we prepare taxes, people get more than $1,000 in refunds, and they qualify for some tax credits that they never knew existed before.
Wow, that's amazing. So how many people over the years, the time that you've been with Catholic Charities, have you helped, and how much money has come back, both for the tax program and also for the individual development accounts, those match savings account? How much money has gotten back into the community?
So I've been with Catholic Charities for over 6 years now, and each year we assist around 2,000 people in our tax program, which if you go by the years, it's more than 12,000 people in total for tax, and each person gets about $1,000 to $2,000 in refunds and $500 in EITC, earned income tax credits. And in the IDA, we helped over 350 individuals and families start a savings account. And on average, they save around, individuals can save up to $2,000, families can save up to $4,000. So if you take the average, it's $3,000 per client. And so far, our clients have saved over $1.2 million, plus the $1.2 million that they get in matching. So it's over $2.4 million in matching, plus the client savings.
$2.4 million in savings. I mean, that is real economic value. That's awesome. That's terrific. And I'll come back to you a little bit later, but I want to hear from Mansour. And you also are a refugee. And how did you come to Catholic Charities?
I came to Catholic Charities. Actually, Catholic Charities first received me at the airport when I came from Pakistan as a refugee. So that was the first door that I got introduced with Catholic Charities. And then Catholic Charities helped me with the resettlement program, and Catholic Charities helped me with the food, and also for the finding housing for me, because there was nothing for me. I came with nothing to the United States. So that's how I got introduced to Catholic Charities.
And so then, once Catholic Charities helped you with food and housing and getting you resettled, then at that point, at some point, you needed some capital to do something, and
Right.
so you ended up finding out about the same match savings account program, right?
Right. I always had a dream to have my own business. But when I ended up in one of the most dynamic places on earth, Silicon Valley, and then in Catholic Charities, when I received all the services, that's when Asmir introduced the IDA, Individual Development Program, that I can save money and I can either use it for my tuition or I can use it for starting a business. And through that program, I saved $2,000 and then got $2,000 and more extra. So that was the first capital for me to start my business, and I started my business in June 2010, which is iFixes. That's what the first business I started through Catholic Charities program.
Yeah. So with iFixers and now iFlex Electronics,
Right.
Your businesses, what do they do?
We do computer repair, cell phone repair, tablet repair. So basically, all repair computers and any problem with them, and we do accessory sales for them. Right now, we're in total of 6 locations. In the past 4 or 5 years, we expanded to 4 locations. It's 6 locations. 2 added just recently.
Yeah, the last time we talked, it was
Right.
4, and now you've just grown 50% just in the
Exactly.
last few months, which is awesome. So now with those 6 locations, you have how many employees working for you now?
Total 9 employees we have.
9 employees, and what's your total revenues on an annualized basis?
We're at 1.4 million now.
1.4 million.
1.4 million.
Out of an initial investment from an angel investor of Catholic Charities of $2,000, matched by your $2,000, so a $4,000 initial capitalization, you're up to $1.4 million. That is really awesome. I mean, this is
Yeah,
this
thank
is
you.
truly, right? This is the dream. This is the American dream, and it's you guys are working. This is working.
We're living
This
it.
is- We're living it, right? This is really amazing. Here we are in Silicon Valley, and that's really awesome. So as you took advantage of the match savings account, were there other programs in terms of asset development that Catholic Charities helped you with as well?
Right. I also used the tax saving program, which the first year of my business, I had no clue how to do my taxes. So that's when Catholic Charities came again handy. It's like, okay, we have the tax program for you guys. You can run your, and Catholic Charities helped me with my taxes for my personal and business. So that's another program that I use from Catholic Charities.
Yeah, very good. So you've got both the asset development. I mean, in the asset development program, you have both the individual development account and the free tax services. That's a great way to help an entrepreneur get started, right?
Right. Exactly.
So as you know, as you think about all of this, Asmir, this is amazing. I mean, listening to Mansoor, you think of your own experience, and you know the 12,000 people you've helped over the time that you've been here. What are you most proud of about what you've done?
Just coming to the United States with nothing, with the white bag, and just being able to accomplish so many different things. For example, first thing, getting an education, because there's so many opportunities here, and I always knew that I wanted to give a helping hand because I knew how much Catholic Charities helped me and my family. So I'm really proud that I can give back and that I can be involved with helping people change lives for good, and just helping people get on their feet, because I've been in their shoes and I know what it takes, for them. They just need a little help. Everybody comes here and they see America as an opportunity, and they just need a little help to get going.
Right. That's amazing. It's just a
Right.
little help. It's that helping hand, right?
Exactly.
So go ahead.
Yeah, that was the exact help that I got and get me started with my own business.
So the other cool thing about this is it's refugees helping refugees. I mean, you're both, have this young, vibrant entrepreneurial spirit, and you're building the new America by people helping each other. And it's so. What are you most proud of, Mansoor?
It's same being in America and being especially in Silicon Valley and running my own business. Right after I came to the United States, very shortly I started my own business, and I'm just getting started with this thing. I have many years to go and trying to do many other stuff that I have programmed for.
Yeah. So that's really exciting. So here we have two former refugees of Catholic Charities working on asset development and changing lives for good, and we'll be back in a moment.
Catholic Charities of Santa Clara County's Refugee Individual Development
Okay, we
Accounts
actually got
program represents an anti-poverty strategy built on asset accumulation for low-income refugee individuals and families with the goal of promoting refugee economic independence. Individual clients are eligible to save up to $2,000. Families are eligible to save up to $4,000. Clients receive a one-to-one match on their savings to use for post-secondary education or vocational training, microenterprise startup or expansion, home purchase, or vehicle purchase. For program eligibility or to learn more about our Refugee Individual Development Accounts program, please call 408-468-0100. Catholic Charities of Santa Clara County's Tax EZ program offers tax preparation from January through April for households earning $53,000 a year or less. The Tax EZ program isn't possible without the help of volunteers. If you're interested in volunteering or want more information, please contact 408-468-0100. Catholic Charities works to end poverty by helping families and individuals get the tools they need to become more self-reliant. It offers a hand up rather than a handout through a wide range of services and serves more than 41,000 people each year of all cultures and beliefs.
Hello, and welcome back to Change Lives for Good. I'm your host, Greg Kepferle, CEO of Catholic Charities of Santa Clara County. And with me are Asmir Pinjik, Asset Development Program Supervisor at Catholic Charities, and Mansour Safi, who's president and co-founder of 2 high-tech enterprises, which is really, really exciting. So we're talking about asset development, and part of that asset development piece includes both the matched savings accounts, the individual development accounts, and financial literacy. And it also includes the free tax, no-cost tax program that Catholic Charities provides with the help of volunteers. So Asmir, how do you manage these programs, and what sort of help do you need from the community to reach more people and help change more lives for good?
I could always use more volunteers, especially for the tax program. It's driven by volunteers. The more volunteers that we have, the more people we can serve. And we can always use volunteers to provide financial education workshops. That is a requirement for the individual development account program.
So is there any special training that the tax volunteers have to go through?
We provide tax training before the tax season, usually in November and December. We have certified instructors from the IRS that provide no-cost training to all the volunteers. It's an extensive training. They can start at the basic level and then they can move up if they like to.
Okay, so you have even the IRS is helping, right?
The IRS is helping us all the way.
That's really, really terrific that we've got the federal government who's not wanting to take money from our wallets, but actually help us get that money back, which is a great service from the IRS, the whole VITA, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. And then for the financial literacy volunteers, what are you looking for there? What type of expertise and what sort of training do they need to have?
They would also get trained. We do train-the-trainer workshops where, for example, myself, I would train potential volunteers who are interested in providing financial education workshops. We use different curriculums. We usually use the FDIC Money Smart curriculum, and they get trained on that to provide the financial education workshops.
Okay, no, that's really terrific. So we need volunteers. They need to be trained. We can help with that training, and the more volunteers we have, the more people we can reach, and the more assets out into the community, and the more lives change for good.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, great job. Thank you, Asmir. And so, Mansour, with your business, you're here to make money. Right. But when you're making money, you're also hiring people. You're employing people. So as we think about this, in some ways, we hear this conversation about high-tech entrepreneurs with angel investors, all of that. Well, but also we have this concept of social enterprise. And so tell me a little bit about your interest in social enterprise, and both as a business person, but also a business person with a conscience. What can you imagine?
Right. So social enterprise, basically right now, everybody's working for a profit, and the money goes to one person, and that person gets all the money. With social enterprise, what we can do, we can impact locally and globally. We can help the poor people in our other countries to make the product and sell that product here. And basically, we provide a platform for them to be able to have access to the other markets. So that's mainly my focus on social enterprise, how we can help other people in other countries to raise from poverty and at the same time do the same thing back here.
Right, so we truly are a global village.
Exactly.
And we're all interconnected. But your actual business model is repairing tech devices, right?
Right.
So tell us a little bit about your businesses that you have.
Both in iFlix Electronics and iFixes, we basically recycle all the computers, whether they're broken, they have any problems with it. Rather than buying a new computer, we can fix it for you. If it's a screen problem or a hardware problem or a logic board problem, so A to Z, any problem, we can fix it, except if it's burned down.
Okay. Yeah. So really, it's also you're saving your customers money.
Right.
Right. And I don't know how many times I see people that say, "Oh, I've got my smartphone, but the screen is all broken." You can fix that screen.
Right. Exactly.
Wonderful.
That's one of the biggest problem everybody have right now.
And I have to admit, I'm a customer myself, and I'm very, very satisfied with the service.
Satisfied customer right here.
Yes.
Very good.
Fixed my screen a couple of times.
Yeah.
Good. So as you expand your business, is there a possibility then of hiring people who may have a lower income and helping them get a higher income, as long as they're obviously qualified and experienced in your work.
Right. So we are hiring different kind of people. One, people who already know how to fix phones. The other, the qualification is they know everything else, but they don't have technical skills. So we teach them for 4 weeks. We train them how to fix phone, how to fix a computer, and then they learn a skill at the same time they find a job.
So you have your own training program too?
We do have a training program.
On-the-job training?
On the job, yes.
Wow, that's really awesome.
And we have people who came and without any experience at all with computer repair, and today they're running on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's terrific. So, as you both think about, we talked about this reality of being a refugee. Asmir, you from Bosnia coming over in the 1990s, and Mansour from Afghanistan through Pakistan, both of you fleeing, when you were younger, fleeing war and terrorism, but coming to this land of opportunity, they say, right? What's your sense of now for you? What does the American dream mean for both of you?
Right.
Why don't you go ahead, Mansour? Asmir, what's the American dream for you?
Well, just seizing every opportunity that you have, because you don't get this type of opportunity everywhere else. So just the American dream is just taking advantage of the things that are ahead of you and going ahead full capacity, and in turn don't forget about the people who are in the same position as you've been. So for me it always goes back to giving back, because I know those people can use the help that I got, and it's a wonderful thing that when you know that you live in a place where you're supported, and when you can accomplish things. Not overnight, you obviously got to work for it, but it keeps you motivated and you always want to go forward.
So you work hard, you're motivated on the dream, and you also remember to give back to those in need. Mansour, what about you?
It's first of all, it's this in American dream is the sky is the limit. The more you work, the harder you work. There's no limit for you to stop. So you can go as much as you can. But at the same time, as Asmir said, that don't forget the people who needs your help, because you were in the same position before. So giving back to community and being in this line of opportunity, it's very unique situation where you can excel yourself and also give a helping hand to others.
Right. So as you excel for yourself and give that helping hand for others, that hand up, as we say, not the hand out, but the hand up, right? What would you say to other young people coming, whether they're refugees or native-born Americans who are, ambitious, entrepreneurial? What would you say is important for them to remember as they start their careers?
It's one line. You're in one of the best places on earth. Do something here and start it. There's no way you fail. You might fail a couple of times, but you will eventually get it. This is the only place you can really make an impact. I mean, look around. You're in Silicon Valley, where technology companies change entire shape of how to do business. So I think just give it a shot. Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Do it. Great. Asmir, what would you say to a young entrepreneur or somebody passionate about the community, what they should do?
Seize every opportunity that you get. Don't say I'll do it tomorrow. Do it right away. When you do it right away, it opens doors for greater things, and just seize the moment.
Seize the moment. And then what would you say about Catholic Charities? What has Catholic Charities meant to you, being part of Catholic Charities?
I always say Catholic Charities is like a second home for me. They welcomed us with open hands. We sought help. They hired my mom. My dad volunteered at Catholic Charities. I took advantage of individual open accounts. My sister took advantage of individual open accounts. So my whole family went through Catholic Charities. So it really is like a second home, and it tremendously helped us. And that's why I'm here and giving back.
That's wonderful. It's all in the family, right?
It's all in the family, yes.
Just giving back to the community. What about you, Mansour?
for me, Catholic Charities is one of the organizations that it's a closed loop that you enter and you experience all the programs, and at the same time you can get involved in the same organization, give back to the same community that you are in. For me, I came as a refugee. I used all the programs. Right now, I am a member of the board and trying to give back to the community.
That's right. So, that's an amazing thing. You came
Right.
in as a client, now you're a board member, and you're on the Social Enterprise Committee,
Right.
helping us think about how to think entrepreneurially as Catholic Charities. And you came also as a client, and your whole family came as clients, and volunteering, staff, now giving back, changing thousands of lives. It is just so exciting for me to see this really incredible energy that both of you have, and you're representing the thousands of people that Catholic Charities helps each year. And I can see the future that as we work to create a valley without poverty, a valley where everybody has that chance for economic opportunity. It's not going to be somebody stepping up and looking down to somebody and saying, oh, here, I will give you this. But it's people helping each other, refugees helping refugees, members of the community helping other members of the community, and all claiming that spirit of America, and that spirit of Catholic Charities, that spirit of Catholic Charities giving back to the community, the spirit of compassion, of service, and justice. Right. So I just want to say thank you to both of you. Asmir Pinchik, Program Supervisor of Asset Development, and Mansour Safi, board member and president and co-founder of iFlex Electronics, and the other enterprise that you started, which I always forget the name of.
iFixers.
iFixers.
That's the first one.
The iFixers was the first one, and
Right.
then iFlex Electronics, and we can make sure that people know about the amazing work that you have. So thank you both.
Thank you.
And this has been Change Lives for Good with your host, Greg Kepferle, CEO of Catholic Charities. And remember, until next time, speak up, reach out, and change lives for good.